What's up, YouTube? Just a quick update here. Since my last update, which I posted a couple of days ago, it was on the Sunday. It is now the following Friday. It's almost a week ago. I said I was going up to pick some retic hatchlings up with my friend. They were his hatchlings, so unfortunately I can't show you them right now. I haven't got a video on them, but they were pretty good. The person whose house we went to, who bred the retics, had some fantastic vivs and some really nice planted vivs for her frogs. Now I've seen that you can plant vivs for cresties all over the place, and I've been humming and hawing about doing it for quite a while. But then after seeing this lady's planted vivs, I just had to do it. They just looked fantastic, and the fact that you don't need to change the substrate on them very often, if at all, is just fantastic. But so this is the one here. Just open it up. It's not 100% finished yet, but it is about 90. As you can see, Rocco is up there upside down sleeping, and Molly is, as always, in there. But yeah, and there's some plants and whatnot. I'll just give you a quick talk through it, and I'll tell you what I've done and what I need to do. So yeah, to start off, I have used some decorative gravel. Now I know people say to use hydro balls and things like that as a drainage layer, but I've read that decorative gravel does the job just as well, and it's a lot easier to find. Well, it was for me anyway. So I bought a huge bag of that, and as you can see, it goes all the way around. A huge bag of that is the drainage layer, and what that basically is for is to let so the soil on top doesn't get waterlogged, to give it somewhere to fall down to, and so also the stones will absorb the water that's left and feed it back up through to the soil and water the plants, is the theory. And on top of that, I have got this black membraney stuff, which is this stuff here, which is like weed stopper stuff that I got also from like B&Q. I've put 2 sheets of that down because, as you can see through that pretty well. It's pretty thin, so it's got 2 sheets of that cut, obviously 45-45, which is then on top of the layer of gravel. And then on top of the layer of gravel, I have topsoil, which you can see here, which is obviously to plant the plants in. What I've done is I've put it at an angle. Don't know how well you can see that there, so it's not as thick here as it is back here. I've cut down the exoterra background. I've cut about 6 inches or so off the bottom of the background there, mainly because I put the gravel pebbly stuff in, and then forgot that I had to put the background in, so that was a bit of a cock up. And then plant wise, I've got some big leaf plants, some peace lilies. Not entirely sure on the toxicity of them. There's a bit of humming and hawing about whether they're alright, but I've on RFUK say they're fine, so I'll go with what people have got and done. Spider plant, can't remember what this one is, or to be honest all the others. Some smaller ones at the front just to give some depth and whatnot. So that the moss is temporarily in there just for now, just till I get the water feature sorted out, which is on its way. And if you can see the cork bark running up the middle there, that is hopefully going to have a trickle. Not I wouldn't say waterfall. That sounds far too huge, but just a small trickle of water will run down there. I'm just waiting for the pump to come, which will then transfer it back from the bottom up to the top again, so it's obviously a cycle. Put some live moss on there and that'll grow. That'll keep the humidity up, and the plants will flourish a bit better. As you can see as well, not all the roots are covered. That is because, like I said, I'm waiting for the water feature, which will go under the soil, or in the soil, so I haven't completely completed that yet. It's all lit just by a 2-foot regular, it's going to flare the camera, a 2-foot regular fluorescent tube, which it's not UV or anything, it's just one from Wix, which I've then lifted up the tree boa viv 6 inches, so that can then sit across the top of them, because I do plan to plant this Viv when I get back from Donny, because I'm hoping to come back from Donny with another one of these 45, 45, 60, sell the 45 cube and replace the cube with the 45, 45, 60, and then have them both planted. This little guy, she's doing pretty well actually. Might as well give you a quick update since I'm talking about her. She is still very, very not nice, very bitey. She's at the back there, you can just see her. I don't want to disturb her too much, especially considering I can't get my hand in too well, so I'm guessing I won't be able to get it out too well as well if she comes at me. She's doing really well. She's just on orchard bark at the minute, but like I said, hopefully I'm going to get them planted and hopefully have the similar effect across both of them. So yeah guys, if you are going to Donny and you have a spare 45, 45, 60 that you want to sell, let me know, and we can come to some sort of price about it and pick it up at Donny. But yeah, I think that is it for now. Hopefully at Donny I think I might be picking up the Cresty to go with these two, so then I'll have a breeding trio. I'll have to remove Rocco for a while the other female's settling in, probably a couple of months or so. Put Rocco in possibly this 45, 45 cube if I get a bigger one from Donny. So Rocco will have his own little exo there, and then hopefully introduce them sometime later this year, hoping for eggs and possible hatchlings for sale in about a year's time, so possibly in time for Donny next year, maybe earlier, because I'm impatient like that, you see, unfortunately. But yeah, all is well on the reptile front. Like I said, might as well do an update from here. Actually, what I'll do is, this thing looks fantastic with the fogger on, so I'll turn the fogger on real quick while I do an update on the rest of the there you can see it flooding in there. It comes in there and it comes into this one, as always. But I'll just do a quick update on these guys. Hunter is doing pretty well. She's decided that she wants to dig under her basking rock, which I wasn't too worried about, but my friend, the guy who I built the 8-foot Viv for, I built it for a Nile. Unfortunately, his Nile went under the basking rocks overnight and managed to suffocate himself. Must have fallen on his neck or something. And his Nile unfortunately died, which was a shame because she wasn't like other Niles. She was actually not, I wouldn't say tame, but tame as opposed to most of the Niles. So I'm a bit worried about her digging under there, because that big rock that looks white on the camera here, that big rock is ridiculously heavy. I struggle to move it. But yeah, she's doing pretty well. The rainbow boa is in here. I decided to get her a little hide, which she'll probably grow out of by the time that the Cresties will hopefully be gravid, so I'll be able to use this little thing for them to lay in. He is normally in here, but I've got a funny feeling that typically, to prove me wrong, he's not, and he's not. Just give me a second, he will be under this one. Just move up. Yep, there we go. He's I hate to sound too repetitive, but he's doing really well as well. Getting quite thick, getting quite long, growing quite well. I bought him from a private breeder who said he was captive bred 10, but to be honest, I think he was more like 11, because he does not seem the size that a captive bred 10 rainbow boa would be. I've got a friend who has a captive bred 11, and his is a bit bigger than mine, so just depends on who you believe, really. Then again, he could just be a bit of a slow grower, which wouldn't really be a shame, because he's kept more of a pet than a breeder for now, so I'm not really bothered if he doesn't get to the size that they are apparently meant to be. Yeah, my nice little square of paper for a lock on this Viv, because this Viv is just temporary. until Donny. Probably I'll try and find I'm not entirely sure if EXO do 3x2x2s, but that's hopefully what I want to get for this guy, because I made this one swell when I left the fogger on overnight, accidentally, when the fogger was actually in there. Don't know if it's really made that much of a difference. Probably hasn't, to be honest, but if you can imagine this with the fogger on, the fog being up to about, say, here or so, a waterfall trickling down the middle, I think it'll be pretty good. But then again, I am entitled to a biased opinion. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a bit longer than I expected. Hopefully my next vid will be after Donny, when I have a new Cresty, new EXO and whatnot. I may do a travelling down to Donny and in and around Donny video. It just depends on how discreetly I can have my camera, if they let me. I've seen a couple of videos of Donny from a couple of years ago where people have had to hide their camera, or the camera looks hidden, it's pointed at the ground. If you're one of these people, I don't mean that offensively, I'm just saying, obviously you can't walk around with the camera held up to your face for the entire show. But yeah, I'll try and get some sneaky shots if I can, and whatnot. So yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and wish me luck with this planned viv. Thanks.